Welcome back for question 2. Happy to be with you all again. Question 2 is all about how we select our school leaders. And I really think this is one of the most important roles a superintendent has. Fortunately for us in St. Johns County School District, I already feel like we have a guidebook for this or a toolkit that we have. And part of those tools in our toolkit are the Florida Educational Leadership Standards. That guides us. Those 8 standards guide everything that we do. We can see exactly what it should look like to be a highly effective principal. We also have our leadership academies. These structures that are put in place are for succession planning and to help our aspiring leaders learn and understand what it means to be a part of our school district and how our school district runs. And then we can couple that with something like a Gallup Strength Finder assessment tool. We can take all of these and it really will help us lean in to the strengths of leaders as we purposely and intentionally place them inside of a school. And recently we added 2 regional superintendents, and they really are the boots on the ground support for our school principals. So they now can take those tools and that toolkit and that guidebook that we just talked about, and then they're walking the walk and talking the talk with the principal so they can objectively and effectively evaluate them on those fellow standards and continue to look for those qualities and qualifications that we want in all of our school leaders. You know, we really are in a people-to-people ecosystem, and so as we intentionally place school leaders, whether it's at that elementary level, the K-8 level, the middle school level, or the high school level, we do need to focus in on those standards that we talked about, but we also really need to look for that balance, that art of leadership that someone may have, coupled next to their ability to lead. And then that emotional intelligence that is so important for school leaders. But right up next to that emotional intelligence has to be someone who can be precise with their decision making and can be confident when they have to make a difficult decision. While I do believe there is merit to experience and background knowledge at the level you're leading, I don't necessarily think you have to have taught in an elementary school or taught in a high school to be able to lead in one of those schools. I believe you can teach content, but what's harder to teach is that heart and passion and purpose for the calling of being a school principal. And those are the types of things that I would want to balance when we were intentionally placing our leaders. And if we ever did get to the point where we had to talk about performance indicators that might necessitate a change for a school leader, the one thing I would not compromise on would be those professional and ethical norms. That's that leadership standard 1 in the FELS. I really just think that our principals have to have a moral compass that guides them, and we really just can't move past that. It's an expectation. And then if I saw things like declining data of student achievement or surveys coming back in that showed trends where the community, whether that was parents or teachers or students, were expressing concerns about the leader, or there was a lot of staff turnover, I would take a look at all of that and I would couple all of those things together and go sit down with that school principal and I would ask them, how can we help you? How can we support you? Because sometimes it might be a little tweak that we can do and offer that support and assistance to just help them be the best they can be every single day. The bottom line of this is that we have to know our people. We have to allow them to lead with their strengths and we have to support their opportunities for growth.